Hi guys, it's Krista from Playing with a Purpose. Today I'm going to share with you a super exciting new product that my daughter and I worked on together, and it's all about maple syrup. Here in Canada, maple syrup season is super exciting time, and we actually tap trees here ourselves on our property, and it's always something that we look forward to every year. And so I wanted to expand that learning into my classroom. So for the month of March, in our dramatic play area, we're going to have a pancake house. And in our science area, we're going to have some sort of hands-on learning. So stay tuned for that. And we have a maple syrup pack that's going to be available on Teachers Pay Teachers. Check out my Instagram page called Playing with a Purpose for instructions on how to enter my giveaway to win a copy of this pack. So let me just get started to show you what's all included. The first thing is an I Can Trace sheet. I chose to keep it all together, but you can certainly cut them apart and have individual ones. And the children can use a dry erase marker to trace the lines. This is a circle time prompt where the children can vote for which is their favorite maple syrup treat. It gives the children a chance to express themselves, and you can introduce early math skills by counting how many people like each of the different treats. And so this is always a really fun activity to do at Circle. Here are some dry erase letter cards. These can be used in a lot of different ways. The children can use a dry erase marker and simply trace them. If you want to make it more interactive, you can have a letter dice and have the children roll the letter dice, and then they can identify which letter matches, and then they can trace it. So these are fun. We have an activity for identifying sizes, and so we have different pictures with different sizes. So here we have a sap bucket in small, medium, and large, and the children can identify which ones are small, which ones are medium, and which ones are large. And there are several different pictures. So we have the sap bucket, we have a bottle of maple syrup, we have the maple leaf, we have a sugar shack, and we have a little girl with a leaf. So either the children can group them all into small, medium, and large, or you can give each set to an individual child and they can put them in the correct order. So we have a set of vocabulary words in uppercase. If you have a set of letters, the children can use these letters to place on top and match the letters up. We have a measuring activity. So this has a couple of different components to it. So there is different pictures with different sizes, and there's a measuring line on them. And the children will use these sap bucket rulers to measure the different pictures. So for instance, for this picture, the children will line up the sap buckets on the line, and they'll measure how many sap buckets long the horse and wagon is. So 1, 2, 3 sap buckets long. How many sap buckets tall is the sugar shack? So they'll count out how many sap buckets tall the sugar shack is. And then the same with the maple syrup and the leaf. And the children will have corresponding numbers to go along with the sap buckets. My children are actually really good at one-to-one correspondence. They don't know how to identify the numbers. So we have the numbers on the sap buckets, so then they can look for the corresponding number in the pile. Then you're going to add Velcro dots to the square and on the back of the numbers, and they're going to place the correct number in the box. So this will be a really fun interactive activity for them to learn how to measure different objects. When I laminated the sap ruler, I did put some cardstock on the back to make it a little more sturdy. So the pack comes with 4 separate rulers. We also have a Write the Room activity where the children will learn their shapes. So the children will have a copy of the shapes, and then you'll hide the different shapes around the room. So once the children find the shape, they will circle it on the recording sheet. So the pack comes with both a color version with these little cards. Or if you prefer, it also comes with a black and white version. We also have a coloring sheet as well as a counting sheet. I wanted to visually teach the children that numbers have meaning, and so we have the number with one object, a number with two objects, a number with three objects, and so on. You can use this a lot of different ways. You could laminate it and it can be used with little counters. In the fall, I found these little plastic maple leaves, and they're great for your light table. So you could print this out on a transparency paper and use it on your light table. And these little leaves would be really gorgeous on the light table. So the children could practice their one-to-one correspondence and practice counting with these little gems. You could also use it as a coloring sheet. So there's lots of different ways to use this. There's also a memory game with different images related to maple syrup. So there's sap buckets, some pancakes, some syrup, a maple leaf, tapping trees, a maple tree with some sap buckets, a sugar shack, a little boy with maple syrup, and some friends enjoying some maple products. So I hope you enjoyed this new maple syrup pack, and if you're interested, check out Teachers Pay Teachers under Playing with a Purpose. Check out my Instagram page called Playing with a Purpose for instructions on how to enter my giveaway to win a copy of this pack. I'm Krista with Playing with a Purpose. I'll see you next time.